Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tech, Gaming, and AI News Nerd Cap of the Week. This week we have Palworld versus Nintendo updates, a $7,000 5090, a world's first 500Hz OLED display, Reddit turns 20, and to celebrate Doom the Dark Ages release on May the 15th, we have Doom on a Chainsaw. So stay with me, guys. I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up with this, but Palworld was sued by Nintendo months ago for their likeness and copyright infringement and all of that due to Pokemon being so prevalent inside of the Palworld game. Due to the lawsuit, essentially, Nintendo was able to get them to remove some things out of the game that were too alike the stuff that Nintendo was doing, which I don't think really makes sense. But lo and behold, Palworld modders are bringing back those features that were removed after that legal pressure from Nintendo and the Pokemon company. Following the patent lawsuit, developer Pocket Pair patched out certain mechanics and designs that closely resembled elements from the Pokemon games. So now the modding community is actually restoring all of those features, including battle animations, monster designs, and gameplay mechanics that were part of the original launch, but removed to avoid infringement claims. This is pretty silly in my opinion. They actually removed the ability to fly with some of your Pokemon and things like that. So it's like, can Nintendo go after any game that, you know, has a mechanic of flying with your Pokemon like animal? Or like if you're in Elden Ring and you can fly or something like that, can they come in and remove it because it's too alike Pokemon? Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this. Should everybody and their mom be scared of Nintendo, or is it time for somebody to lay a ban hammer on Nintendo and stop them from going after anybody and everybody and their moms? Next up, we have something that pretty much no one can afford, but Asus has launched the ROG Astral RTX 5090 Dahab Edition, which is a luxury graphics card priced at $7,000, which really isn't that much more expensive than the scalper versions you have now. But it features $700 worth of 24 karat gold in its design, and the Middle East exclusive model is part of Asus's push into premium and collector tier hardware. This is actually pretty cool. I like the design of it a lot, but just overall, knowing how much these graphics cards are now, this is going after a really niche market. I'm sure there probably not many of these exist, but overall it's still powered by NVIDIA's Blackwell GPU architecture, and it's equipped with 32 gigs of GDDR7 memory and support for DLSS4. But as I said, there are only going to be a limited number produced, which positions this as a super high collector's item. I think they'll sell out quickly just because that's the nature of these types of things, but I wish they would make something for us normal people that can't afford a $7,000 GPU. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this. Geotracking and high-end GPUs. Yes, they want to track where our GPUs are going, but a U.S. Senator has introduced a new bill that would require geotracking on high-end GPUs like the NVIDIA RTX 4090 to prevent their use by foreign adversaries, specifically the Chinese government. Why does this even matter? The proposed legislation stems from national security concerns that powerful GPUs used for AI and data processing could be exported and used in ways that threaten U.S. interests. And if passed, manufacturers would be required to embed location tracking into GPUs above certain performance thresholds. But I think, like many critics argue as well, this could raise huge privacy concerns and create super big enforcement challenges. But all in all, I think it's a interesting move to control advanced tech exports and keep everything, you know, in the US. But in all honesty, the Chinese government wanted to have something like this. They're going to make it on their own and make it even better. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I love OLEDs. I had a 34-inch ultra-wide OLED from Alienware as my first OLED when I built a computer back in 2020. I had a 77-inch OLED right when LG came out with it for my living room. I've been through pretty much any kind of OLED option that you can think of. I actually have two 32-inch OLED monitors right now here at my desk. I love OLEDs. All that to say, Samsung has launched the Odyssey OLED G6, which is the world's first 500Hz OLED gaming monitor. It's going to be priced at right at $1,488, but the G6 features a 27-inch QHD panel with a 0.03 milliseconds response time, which is going to deliver ultra smooth performance for competitive gamers or pretty much anybody alike. But it's going to support adaptive sync AMD FreeSync Premium Pro, and it also includes the VESA Display HDR True Black 400 for deep contrast and super vibrant colors. But the monitor features Samsung's OLED Safeguard Plus tech to reduce burn-in and prolong panel life. But let me know in the comments below, is this something that you're excited for? Would you even notice a 500 hertz display? Do you competitively game? For me, 240 hertz is plenty, but let me know in the comments. Imagine a future where aliens find Earth, all humans are dead, and they find a hard drive on it that's been made out of ceramic. Can they even read it? Who knows? But Western Digital is definitely planning for that. They are backing a company called Terabyte, a startup developing a ceramic-based storage that could revolutionize data preservation. Terabyte's technology uses ultra-durable ceramic nano layers to store data, offering nearly indestructible high-density storage with lifespans over 5,000 years. Still not forever, but we're getting there, right? This storage type is essentially designed for cold storage, so imagine archiving massive data sets with minimal energy use and no risk of magnetic degradation. Western Digital's investment signals growing interest in a long-term low-maintenance data solution as demand for storage scalability rises. Terabyte's approach could redefine archival storage for combining durability, density, and energy efficiency. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do we need something like this? I think it's kind of cool, but I don't know. Do the aliens even care about us? Have you ever been sitting at your couch and just wanted to play Xbox in your hands? I know I have. I mean, I've tried it on my phone. It's not great. Xbox is officially entering the handheld gaming marketplace through a new partnership with Asus, marking Microsoft's first major move into portable gaming hardware. The device will be built on the ROG Ally platform, but with deep Xbox ecosystem integration, including Game Pass, Xbox Cloud Gaming, and native Xbox UI support, which is really cool. All of their current options right now are few and far in between, but they're not great. They're not perfect. You have your Steam Decks, your other handhelds that you can use now, which do work great, but they're not necessarily built for Xbox and the Xbox ecosystem. So I'm super excited to see how this comes out and actually how it works, and if it's a super smooth experience. Can you jump from your handheld to the Xbox console in your living room or vice versa? Can you take it mobily? How long does the battery last? I, like you and many others, Googled something and put Reddit at the end. And if you haven't, wow, I think you've definitely been living under a rock. But for me, every time I wanted to research something, I always put Reddit at the end and got the best answers because they're from real people, not an AI. All that to say, Reddit has just turned 20, marking 2 decades since its launch as a small startup in 2005. Now, it's one of the most influential platforms online, and Reddit has over 70 million daily users and more than 100,000 active communities covering everything from news and tech to memes and niche hobbies. But over the years, Reddit has evolved from a text-heavy forum into a mainstream social media force, playing a key role in internet culture like Wall Street bets and real-time global discussions. But despite all of these controversies and growing pains, Reddit remains the hub for me, myself, and user-driven content and community interactions at scale. Perplexity AI has raised $500 million in new funding, bridging its valuation to $3 billion. This round includes major investors like IVP, NEA, NVIDIA, and Jeff Bezos, of course, signaling strong support for Perplexity's vision of AI-powered search. This is something that I've used a lot, specifically Perplexity, for its research and ability to go online and get resources and cite things and all of that fun stuff. But let me know what your thoughts are if you've used Perplexity in the comments below. I think it's one of the best experiences I've had with any kind of AI or real-time conversational AI tool. But I think with this round of investments and more money coming in, it's going to rival Google and Microsoft, especially Bing. Bing is horrible. I worked in it every day for 15 plus years, so I definitely know. But anyways, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Perplexity and if it's something you're excited to see grow. Something that you may not have noticed, you may never notice, Google is updating its app icons across Android, Chrome OS, and the web, starting with Google Drive docks, sheets, and slides. This new design aims for greater visual consistency with uniform shapes, color schemes, and alignment across all products. But the icons are basically now more symmetrical and simplified, which are better suited for both light and dark modes. If you don't have dark mode and you use light mode, you're a psychopath. But it's easier to recognize in docked or multi-window setups, essentially. But this is part of Google's larger push to basically streamline its visual identity across all platforms. But the rollout for this begins this week, with more app icons expected to follow. So let me know in the comments below, is this something you even noticed? Or is this something you will even notice? I probably won't notice it, and I really don't care. But let me know what your thoughts are. Something that is actually really cool to me is how crypto and everything has started to meld and mesh with other industries. And the biggest one recently was Coinbase has partnered with Riot Games as the exclusive crypto sponsor for Global League of Legends and Valorant esports competitions. This is actually so cool. I come from an esports background along with a marketing background, and I am infatuated and obsessed with the crypto industry. So this partnership is definitely something that is super exciting, but it essentially is going to cover major events, including the 2025 Mid-Season Invitational, the Valorant Champions Tour, and Worlds 2025. But as part of the deal, Coinbase will roll out educational content and digital fan rewards, helping players and viewers better understand crypto and Web3. The goal is to deepen engagement with Riot's global fan base through interactive experiences and blockchain-based incentives. I think the educational content part and the digital fan rewards is something that is key here and something that is going to help crypto just become worldwide. But let me know in the comments below, is this something that you're excited for? Final Fantasy VII Remake fans are excited after director Tetsuya Nomura declined to explain why Sephiroth appears different in a new official trading card. The card shows a version of Sephiroth with a unique outfit and altered features, sparking heavy speculation about Part 3 of the remake trilogy. Nomura acknowledged the design change, but said he can't talk about it yet, adding fuel to theories about alternate timelines, new story arcs, or a shift in Sephiroth's role in the next installment. So this is something that I am super excited for. We're not sure when Part 3 is actually going to be coming out, but let me know in the comments below, is this something that you're excited for? On this week's edition of Doom in a What, Doom 2 has officially been run on a chainsaw. In the latest entry in the long-running It Runs Doom trend, a modder installed a Raspberry Pi inside a functioning electric chainsaw, complete with a screen and controls to play the classic shooter. I think this is actually pretty sick, but I'm definitely curious if this can run the new game, Doom the Dark Ages, which is officially set to release on May the 15th. If you have the Doom Insiders program, you can actually get early access for this, and you can already play it. But the game will launch globally across PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5, with standard release times aligned with major time zones. For this chapter of Doom, the franchise takes players into medieval setting, combining the franchise's signature fast-paced combat, which is great if you have ADHD, with some badass weapons, brutal melees, and a dark fantasy aesthetics. But let me know in the comments below, is this something you're excited for? Or do you want to see if you can play this on the chainsaw as well? That's all I have for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. And until next time, remember to stay nerdy, y'all. Peace out.